Oh, why'd you go and say that? Freax, the website was a mistake, yeah. Freax.
Oh, we've got some really incredible freaks today. We're going to begin with the number one thing that happened this weekend. Of course, I'm talking about this. It says, saying, that's moldy when you like something, and spores when something cool happens. The response being, mold literally destroys lives, but okay. Twitter is just antithetical to the concept of bits. They have a visceral reaction upon seeing someone funny. No one's allowed to be funny. There has to be a reason that actually that wasn't funny. It was mean. And this one is like, my grandmother died from inhaling black spores. Like, get in line. Oh, wow. Sorry about the mycelium epidemic. My bad, you know. You know what, actually? I'm looking at this person's profile picture. I can't believe I might actually know this. I promise this wasn't pre-planned. Is this the same account that was talking about how, like, they are so immunocompromised they can't possibly leave the house? They were like a main character like 6 months ago. Oh my god, I should be curating the fucking, like, the equivalent of the boys wiki, but for Twitter. I know all of these fucking side characters. They brought them back. Holy shit. I'm not going to be able to remember the names of my children in 80 years, but I'm going to be like, remember that person? They had thumbs up. They had the earphones on and the mask, and they were talking about spores, and that's moldy. Holy shit. Oh, that's not good. Hey, man, how is law school going? You're going to hate this, CJ. That brain pattern that I just displayed to you serves me very well in law school. That's a brain pattern we call in the business of neurotypicality normal, okay? Again, what I am is normal, and you all need to stop speculating. Since I've lived my entire life in solitary confinement, I could not... yes, this is the one! Your criticism means nothing to me because you'd literally kill me if you sat next to me. Wow. I forgot this person. Incredible. Okay, let's talk about the big deal. First up, President Joe Biden posted this to his Instagram a couple of weeks ago. Election is canceled. I need some time to relax and bounce on some dick. I'll release new politics when I feel like it. So it is officially once and forever JOEVER. I can't believe it. I had been clinging. I felt like actually just the Pepe with the copium tank all weekend, and I have a CPAP, right? So when I go to bed, I'm like, here comes the copium. And for the past couple of weeks, it was all for the same thing, and it was the Joe Biden dropout. So if you remember, 3 weeks ago, there was a huge push to oust Joe Biden from the ticket. He made clear that despite the fact that there were repeated calls from leaders of the party to do so, he would not be leaving. Doing the Jordan Belfort, I'm not fucking going anywhere, right? The next week, there was an assassination attempt, and I think we all assumed that it would just blow over, that we were on to the next thing. The writers were out of ideas, cycles and all that. But it turns out that it was not over. In fact, there was a renewed push for this guy to be ousted because as Trump rode the positive wave of that press, it became more and more clear Joe Biden was not a reasonable alternative. And this past weekend, it was revealed that Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama had teamed up to convince him to get off the ticket. He got COVID, and something was leaked where it was like, Pelosi has been playing nice. She said, you'll get 3 weeks of bowing out gracefully and your legacy being you paved the way for the first female president. After that, we are going to do this the hard way, and we'll start releasing internal Democratic polling that shows you down double digits in pretty much every swing state. So he did it. He finally did it. Yesterday, he took to Twitter, and he posted, hey, everybody, it's been an honor to be the president of the United States. I will not be seeking re-election. He is not going to campaign anymore. He is going to finish out the term. And then there was a couple of hours where there was nothing else that happened. And then thank God afterwards he was like, and I'm endorsing Kamala Harris, because the number one outcome of this is like, oh my God, now what happens? The truth of the matter is, this is kind of unprecedented. The only scenario that's even remotely comparable is the LBJ thing that happened in like 68 when he declined to seek re-election and then his hand-picked successor got washed. But the difference here is I mean, I hate to play into the meme, but the context is completely different. you would only think the two situations are similar if you were some sort of coconut in a tree that had just fallen. As a result, it's after the primary season. So, like, what are they going to do? A mini primary? He's not stepping down during his term, so Kamala won't be appointed president and then run for re-election. It's really strange. Like, I think what is going on is party leadership has decided because Kamala is currently VP and the handpicked successor, she's going to have it. And then at the convention, they're just going to take the votes for Joe and direct them to Kamala, which is something that, to my understanding, legally could have always happened, but didn't because it would be like overruling the people. Here, it's like, okay, you pulled the lever for Harris. Oh, Spence is here. Spence, do you have insight into this? What's up, boy? You're muted.
Hey, you there?
Yeah.
Oh. So I have a couple of things. I came in just as you would talk with the 1968 parallels.
Yeah.
And I want to flag for chat that like one of the reasons why Hubert Humphrey got washed in 1968 is because President Johnson was like about to get us at like negotiate a peace in Vietnam, and then Richard Nixon fucking stepped in behind the scenes and shut that shit down. So
Incredible play.
And Joe Biden is currently trying to negotiate ceasefire between Netanyahu and Hamas, and Trump is in every position to fucking step in and say, hey, if you hold out just a little bit longer, Bibi, I'm gonna come in and you could keep bombing everybody.
I'm telling you, time is a flat circle.
Time is a fucking flat circle. Nothing new has ever happened. We thought nothing would ever happen, and then this happened.
Terrible day to be Chuddy, by the way. That little Wojak is on life support. Awful news for the nothing ever happens people. Did you see the
fucking good riddance to it?
Did you see the 21-year-olds who have made loving Biden their entire personality were like bragging about how they were going to make a mint on the betting markets for who's going to be the nominee? Biden at 80%.
They're selling dollars for 80 cents. I don't know why I picked that as the Basil voice.
They're selling dollars, folks. The best deal of all time.
Fucking link of sunshine chat. Chat, do you remember the
bombing
House
a Walmart
of Decline
tweet
discourse? Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Speaking of freaks on Twitter, one thing that I've seen like today that I genuinely really appreciate, I don't think the freaks in the Republican Party know how to run against Harris.
Don't worry, we'll get to that. We will get to that.
Stay tuned, Chad. It's good. It's gonna be funny. The worst people you've ever met are running around like chickens.
Are
with their heads cut off.
Are you all enjoying your popcorn? Refill it. You're gonna love what happens next.
By the way, I've seen a lot of speculation about who the running mate might be.
Who's your pick right now?
Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, because he has the single greatest photo op in political history. For those of you who don't know, chat, Tim Walz, he's the current governor of Minnesota, and he spent like the first 6 months of last year signing like the most.
Oh, this is the banning child labor or whatever.
So he signed a bill that guaranteed free school breakfast and lunch to all public school children in the state of Minnesota. And when he signed it, you're pulling up the
kids
thing
hugging
now.
him.
This image alone beats Trump.
I don't think it will. I don't think it will because all these children were harvested for their adrenochrome right after this picture was taken. Actually. Oh. All right. Good talking to you. What an unbelievable world we're living in.
Oh, well, I got you real quick.
Yeah.
Are you free this weekend?
Am I free this weekend? You know, I'm not free Saturday. I have plans. But to be honest, I think I just need a weekend to myself.
Fair enough, dude. Enjoy it.
Have a good one.
All right. Take care.
Bye. What a nice young man. No, it's been crazy. It's been unbelievable. But would you believe that the hits don't end there. Next up, thank you, Mr. President. It's been an honor. This is true. This is the image that he posted to announce that he was stepping down. I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. As fuck, man, I'm a freak man for real. I don't have the Aaron Sorkin tweet. CJ, please give me. Next up. Okay, so as Spence alluded to, this is a great segue to this. This has thrown both the Democratic Party into chaos because what the fuck? Like, they were already printing all these epic dark Brandon meme t-shirts. That, like, performance-enhancing water they were selling hasn't even shipped yet. Could you imagine the people who shelled out for that? They're going to get it in a couple of weeks. It's going to be real sad. But secondly, it's thrown the Republican Party into chaos because they were basically expecting a layup of an election against a guy who can't string a sentence together, which is really good news for their guy who can't string a sentence together. The sponge-brained duel. And so the problem here is that while Kamala is hardly perfect, I railed a lot against her during the primary season, she's like conscious, she's like lucid, which is new for American politics, at least recently. So they're trying out here. Here's what they got. This comes from James Lindsay, who I'm pretty sure is like some sort of golem that's built out of like moon sand. Or like fidget paste, you know what I'm talking about? Built out of like those slime YouTubers, when they're done playing with their toys, they like throw them in a garbage can and it creates sentient life. Says, let's talk about @Kamala Harris saying to see what can be unburdened by what has been. This phrase, which she repeats all the time, is not mysterious. It's esoteric. That is, it's occult. It's Marxist and Luciferian, and that is easily seen. Honestly, I gotta say, spores. That's crazy. Be a lot cooler if it was. But like, it's funny because like it's sort of true. Like she's like, yeah, I want you all to think about how good things can get, and like probably Marx did at one point say things could get better. You know, is this that different than a better world is possible? But it'd be like, yeah, she said, let's go to the store, which is a phrase that Hitler employed all the time. It's incredible. Where did Lucifer come from in this, though? I didn't know we had like Lucifer's like primary documents. We have like Lucifer's diary from when he was a kid, and he was like, holy shit, I'm coconut pilled. Oh my God. Lucifer's manifesto. Yeah, I think it's coming out shortly. No, it's incredible. They are really throwing their fucking hands up about this one. This is another option that they've taken. Kamala Harris put out a statement. Hawk Tua. OMG, Sean. You are savage. Had to. Whoa. That shit is moldy. That is mega moldy. What the fuck? That's so good. I will say, I saw someone, I think it was Trell, in a Hawk Tua shirt at the YCS, and I was like, I have found the demo. I didn't know there were people who were into Hawk Tua. He was here it is. Here's the Hawk Tua brigade. We have another banger from Laura Loomer, who I think is probably the smartest person on the planet. It says, it's time for Republicans to start talking about at Kamala Harris's sexual history and the reason why she doesn't have any children of her own. I'm willing to bet she's had so many abortions that she damaged her uterus. A woman who has no biological children of her own should not be allowed to make decisions in the White House for your children. So this one's good. All I can say is, as your lawyer, you know, I advise you to take this plan of attack. I think this is the winning message. Put it in all the ads. People are going to love hearing this. You remember that midterms that they lost because like normal people just looked at it and they were like, nah, I'm sorry, this is freak shit. Yeah, actually, they were wrong. Double down. Don't back down. Double down. More of this. It's good. It's good. It's there, but I will say it is going to be hard for Kamala, someone who kind of has a difficulty commanding a crowd, to be the dynamite speaking prowess, the oratorical mastery of Donald Trump's Vice President JD Vance. So I got to watch some of the RNC this weekend because I was lit up at my brother's house, and we were watching the JD Vance speech at the RNC. It was really freaky because he lost control of it. It was just a really boring middle of the road speech, but the audience was super amped up because the last four people were like, "We're going to kill all minorities." And they're like, "Yeah." And then JD Vance comes up and he's like, "It's time for respectable leadership." And they were like, "Yeah." So the audience started chanting. They were doing like 3-word chants for everything. They were like, "Go JD, go JD." And he was like in on it. Like, instead of pausing, he was like, "Yeah, go JD." And then they were like, "Let's go Trump." And then he was like, "You guys are a nice crowd." And they were like, "Yes, we are." And he's like, "Ha ha ha ha." And it ended up being like 20 minutes of the crowd doing their own bit instead of him speaking. It was really freaky. And it was like, but when you see this clip, I think you'll see why people were really looking for anything to do. So this is pretty good.
It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe, well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys. But
oh, man. It's good. Spores. What can I say but spores? Oh man, it's good. It's so good. So there's so much going on here. So he starts by saying the Democrats are.
It is the weirdest
the
thing
Democrats
to me.
say that it's
Democrats say
racist
that
too.
it is racist to believe.
And then he goes, "Well, wait. I can do like a Trump style interrupt myself and do a riff, right? Like maybe he's been watching too much Northern Line, right?" So he goes, "Well, they say, it's racist to do anything." And then he's like, "What could I say that I've done that it would be racist to have done?" And then he's thinking in his mind, and he definitely came up with like 9 racist things off the top of his head. He was like, "Well, I did yell at my cab driver." But no, he's like, let me think. What did I do that was innocuous?
I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday.
Okay. I'm sorry to people in the chat who are on the CJ Alex diet. Who the fuck on the planet is drinking Diet Mountain Dew? What's your fucking problem, dude? There's one diet soda that's any good at all. You all know what it is. I don't even have to say it. That's why you all know what it is. Diet Mountain Dew? Oh my God. Oh, okay.
And one today. I'm sure they're going to.
And then he goes, "I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today." Man's drinking a Diet Mountain Dew a day? Oh, man.
Going to call that racist too, but
They're going to call it racist too, but okay, so this is not a funny joke, right? So no one laughs at it. He gets like a giggle, and he's kind of expecting like a Trump style, like they're going to laugh, and then he'll pause for the laugh, but instead no one's laughing, so he just pauses for nothing. Even the people behind him are like, so
it's good.
And then he's like, "Oh, it's good," like as a follow-up to if he had gotten laughs. He gets a little laugh from this, but not that much. Then he corpses off the like, huh. He's laughing more than the people in the audience. And then they're just like watching him silently, and he goes, "I love you guys."
I love you guys.
Gets nothing for that either. It's like one guy clapping.
But
It's unbelievable. It's just, holy shit, man. He sauceless, absolute sauceless. I don't know what he is filled with, what he is so swollen with, but it's not sauce. It could be Diet Mountain Dew, apparently. Spores could also be spores. Jesus Christ. I hope that I can't wait for Kamala's going to have to pick a white guy to be her vice president. I can't wait for the quirked up white boy off. This guy is so unquirked. Holy shit. All right, next up. On the topic of Kamala's VP. Yes, she will, but I hope she picks a strong VP. Pete Buttigieg. Pete, but what is what's his name would be good. He's fat, gay. One, many of you. Two, Peter's not fat. What the fuck? Oh my God. You put on a couple of pounds as a gay guy and suddenly you're fat. Oh my God. Pritzker time. You want to see a real big boy. Pritzker is a big boy. All right, next up. Autocorrect? Oh, wait. He's fat was supposed to be he's gay, and they were like, we're not going to let you say gay. That's good. Next up. Child of my enemy, why have you come? You know why, Yakub. The time is upon us. You don't mean. Yes, the whitest man you have. I need him now. I'll tell you right now, I am available. I'm available. NAWCQ just finished. I'm going to be real with you. I think they were waiting to announce until after the WCQ, so their number one pick would be able to lock in, and I can do it. You put me in front of JD Vance, I'll show you the more swollen white boy. I'm going to show you why I'm swollen. I'm swollen with thoughts. I am impregnated with intellect. And after that debate, he's going to be impregnated too. Next up. This is when I knew it was over, by the way. This was when I knew it was over. When Bernie and the squad were like, we've decided to hop on the keep Biden in train, I was like, he's cooked. It's over. These people habitually wrong their entire life. It was the kiss of death. And the saddest part about this one, this tweet on twitter.com, who should show up in the replies, but fucking AOC defending like this terrible ass decision. Log off. You are being primed to run in 2030, I guess now. Come on. You don't have to do this. Fucking hell. How did she find this post? Because she's online all day. And she's not tagged in this or anything. She's name searching AOC. One of the most popular politicians in the world. Oh. Next up. Let's take a little bit of a politics. Let's do the last two politics breaks, and then we'll do non-political ones. First up, some people want Joe Manchin to re-register as a Democrat and run for president. Some people. Some people. I feel like maybe one person. And of course, we have to talk about the genius of all geniuses, Aaron Sorkin, who has written a post about what he wants. The smartest man of all time. How I would script this moment for Biden and the Democrats. Let us know, West Wing God, how this would work. There's something the Democrats can do that would not just put a lump in people's throats with its appeal to stop Donald Trump at all costs unity, but with its originality and sense of sacrifice. So here's my pitch to the writers' room. The Democratic Party should pick a Republican. At the convention next month, the Democrats should nominate Mitt Romney. Shut the fuck up! I love this guy. Does Mr. Romney support abortion rights? No. Does he want to aggressively raise the minimum wage, bolster public education, strengthen unions, expand transgender rights, and enact progressive tax reform? Probably not. But is he a cartoon thug who did nothing? Oh my God, dude. Perpetual losers. The faster these people are out of thinking about politics, the better. Holy shit. How are you cucking yourself in your own wish cast? Just like, these people write like reader X main character fix, and they're like, oh, but it wouldn't work out. Come on! What's wrong with you people? Oh my God. Of course, Aaron Sorkin, this thing that he has written will never beat the greatest thing he ever wrote, which is, of course, the 9/11 scene. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, God. What's the name of it? It's Newsroom, right? I'm finding it. Here it is. So
About you, Maggie, and Jim.
everyone's getting concerned on a plane because they're starting to get weird texts, and the specter of 9/11 still looms large in their head.
There hasn't been a terrorist attack. None of your friends and family are in danger. The president will be speaking in just a few minutes.
Heck, what are you doing?
Listen, they're just nervous because
Here, you do not take over control of the cabin.
they're getting emails and going online and seeing.
You do not take over control of the cabin.
But they don't understand. He's a newsman. He has to deliver the news.
Ever.
Ma'am,
Sit down.
No,
and
you know.
I'm getting the captain.
Yeah, get the captain, because I'd like to have a word with him. The seatbelt while we're standing still is one thing, but how paranoid do you have to be to think
I like that he's like throwing in a little jab. It's
that I'm
great.
declaring myself in charge of the.
Is there a problem, sir?
Yeah. I was just asking how paranoid you have to be.
Sir.
But wait a minute.
Sir.
He's an airline pilot. He might have lost people on 9/11. Maybe reporting the news isn't as important as letting people know the news.
Captain, my name is Don Kiefer. That's Elliot Hirsch, and that's Sloan Sabbath. We work for Atlantis Cable News.
Yeah, we're journalists.
And we wanted you and your first officer and flight attendant, Crazy Lady, to be the first ones on this plane to know that our armed forces killed Osama bin Laden for you tonight.
You're serious?
Yes, sir.
They didn't do shit. What are you shaking your hands for? It's so good, dude. It's so good. When was this? Are you... It was like 2014. Isn't that crazy? It's not like this came out like the week after we killed Osama bin Laden. It was like years later. They were like, how epic would it be? It's so good. Oh, man. God damn. This is for all you who had to watch The Newsroom in history class. Fuck you. What if the pilot was like, hey, asshole, Osama bin Laden was my nephew, you know? Oh, my God. All right. Well, Sorkin aside, let's do some non-political ones. Ready? All right. This one comes from a Melody. You'll never hear from me again if I had this. This is a human dog bed. Fun fact, did you know that Leah Asimov has one of these in her house? I went to go visit Leah, and I was like, Leah, you have a dog bed. And she was like, yeah, it's because I'm puppy. But the quote tweet here is, I feel like this is what a bed should look like, not a block of cheese. No, I would like to sleep in a human bed. Some of you people are taking this puppy girl shit a little too far. You still have like a job and obligations. Sleep in a normal bed, freak. Next up. When you learn your goat washed, this is so sad, dude. This epic Cybertruck can pull anything. I mean, if you see someone in a Cybertruck, it's on site, right? You have to immediately... Everyone teams up to beat the fuck out of them. All right, next up. Okay, so starting a day with lots of self-love. Okay, here she is putting on makeup, having a coffee while doing something on the computer, getting another coffee, taking a picture of herself. Let's actually look at her ChatGPT query here. Why did a lot of African American liked the jazz singer? Oh? I maybe think this is not the intended use case for ChatGPT. But, you know, she raises a good question, which is, why did a lot of African American liked the jazz singer? That's actually a really good question. Weird, very weird. Like this is what I have learned about Chat GPT is I was like, I don't see the use case for this. It seems weird. I guess there are some like scenarios where it is actually really cool to be able to search a database really quick, which is something like theoretically it can do. But largely what I'm realizing it's been used for is people whose job is like stay-at-home girlfriend, like that one TikTok, like sit at home all day and they're like, I'm just like having big thoughts, and they will just type things into Chat GPT and be like, oh, how interesting. Oh, of course. Oh, wait a minute. We have other tabs. What are we looking at in the other tabs? Is this the fucking Church of Scientology? Oh no. Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh my god, wait. I just figured out what's going on. She's cheating on a fucking assignment. This is a document about the jazz singer. She's fucking cheating on a paper. Oh my god. Caught.